How time flies. How time flies when you're with your girls and your guys and trying to get to the place where you realize time goes on and things have to change and you have to mix them up. Sometimes you rearrange, but don't make it strange. Do this thing, you won't be shook. What's going on, y'all? Urban Therapy with Sun 752, and this the Daily Go Getimism show. How y'all feeling tonight on this Throwback Thursday? Let's get real about relationships Thursday. We got a topic for y'all tonight. Oh yeah, we got something we got to talk about tonight. It's something that we try to sweep up under the rug, but you know that it comes to the forefront. It rises to the top just like the cream, but unlike the cream, it's something that we have to talk about that we would rather keep on the low. It's something that we would rather not ever have to deal with, not ever have to confront, especially if we are on the receiving end of this concept and this topic tonight. Tonight, we're talking about the difference between the way that you looked when you met them and the way that you look now. The way that you looked when you met them and the way that you look now. You know that there are differences between the way that you look now versus the way that you looked when you were in your 20s, the way you looked when you were in your 30s, maybe even the way that you looked when you were in your 40s or 50s. Time goes on, and as time goes on, things start taking shape, or sometimes things get out of shape, or sometimes things get bent out of shape. You know, you might not be that super tight, cutie, perky thing that you were when you were growing up. Does it mean that you don't look good anymore? No. But do you look exactly the way that you looked 20, 30 years ago? No, you don't. And you may have come to terms with yourself about that. Many of us have not come to terms with the way that we look now versus what we were before. Many of us, by the evidence that we see out here, are very uncomfortable with the way that we look right now. So many people are running head first into the surgeon's office trying to get back what they had before. Some people are trying to get what they never had before. I think that that's strange, but that's something that we have to deal with, and it is a personal issue. It's a personal issue until it becomes an issue between consenting adults, an issue between adults who are lovers, who are together, who are striving to keep their attraction for each other. I let the cat out the bag. Your attraction for each other. You know, can you deal with the changes that someone that you love, that you are hooked up with, that you have dealt with, that you are married to, have undergone over the years? I mean, at some point, you have to be honest with yourself when it comes to this topic. You do. You have to be honest with yourself. Are you still physically attracted to the person that you're with? Have they done things to themselves, or has evolution done things to them that you disapprove of? You might as well confront it in your own mind, because it's going to come out one way or another through your actions. Through your actions, it's going to start to come out. It's going to start to come out. If you are uncomfortable with your own looks, it's going to start to come out, because it's going to show through your self-esteem. It's going to show through your self-confidence. It's going to show through your attitude, your interactions with people, your willingness to want to go out, show out. You know, there is nothing more sexy. There is nothing more attractive. There is nothing more good looking than a person who is truly, naturally, organically confident. Confident in the way they look, confident in the things that they do. When the confidence is false, it looks like false confidence. It looks like it's manufactured. It looks like it's GMO. It looks like you're trying hard. But this is something that we have to deal with. It's something that we have to deal with. All of my people who are 50 years old or older have had to deal with this head on, face to face. Some of them have dealt with it very well. Some of them haven't done too well. Many are struggling. For my people who are approaching 50 years old, You know what 40-year-old problems look like, and you know the differences between when you were when you were freshly 40 and when you were 45. You may start to feel the differences between 45 and 50. But you can best believe that 50 ain't going to be like 45. 40 might have felt like 30. Real shit. 40 might have felt like 30, but 50 ain't going to feel like 40. There's some things you're going to have to deal with at 50, especially if you're a woman, that you didn't have to deal with at 40. Many of you will have to deal with, females, you're going to have to deal with the change, menopause, and the things that in the change, the physical changes that come along with menopause. I'm not a woman, so I don't have to tell women what those changes are. You know what it is. Y'all have sisters, friends, mothers, aunties, grandparents. That y'all have been groomed for this moment all your lives. And many of you still ain't ready. You know, I get it. I get it. The weight gain, the loss, the weight loss, the bloating, all of that kind of stuff. Shoot, men go through it too. I think that there must be a menopause too. You know? Weight gain is something you got to deal with. There was probably a time in your life when you were able to eat whatever you wanted. Just keep on stuffing, eating everything and anything you wanted to. Wouldn't gain a pound. People used to be like, damn, shorty. Damn, homie. Eat anything you wanted, drink anything you wanted, and wouldn't gain no weight. Trust me, the time comes when the threshold comes to holler at you. You know, the threshold, once you cross that thing, things start loosening it up. So, you know, I mean, things that was tight, whether it was muscles, whether it was titties, whether it was your ass, whether it was those thighs, whether it was that thing under your arm, that, yeah, I mean, that tricep. You know what I mean? That thing looking like a turkey neck right now. It's okay. It's okay. And you know when it's really okay? It's really okay when it's okay with your partner. It's okay. It's really okay when your lover approves or understands, when they are mature enough to deal with that, or when they're willing to go through it with you, because they may be going through it themselves and they need you to go through it with them. That's when it's okay. When it's not okay, oh boy. Oh yeah. Fat gangster. You gotta know, Joe. You gotta flow, Joe. You gotta flow, Joe. You gotta let them know, Joe. Everybody know Fat Joe's in town. Much respect to the boogie down. Anyway, yeah, it's a tough topic because you're dealing with your looks. And many of you have gotten by on your looks all your life. It's not that you didn't know how to do anything or that your skill level was low in a lot of things, but you know that for many of you, your looks have gotten you in the door. It was your backstage pass. It was your media pass. It got you back there. Able to rub elbows with certain people. Got you consideration. It got you to the front of the line in a lot of places. It's all right. It's all right. But it's really all right when the person that you want to spend your life with and spend your love with is all right with it too. Not just because they just look the other way or they don't care, but because they see all the way through all of that physical stuff. You may have thought for years that they were in love with you because of the way that you look. And now you're finding out that no, it was much deeper than that. You didn't know he or she loved your mind. You didn't know he or she loved your ways. You weren't sure. I mean, they might have said it. They may have even proved it. But just shallow ass probably wasn't listening to none of that. He liked me because of my ass. He liked me because of my puss. He liked me because she liked me because of my dick. When you're young, you really think that way. If this thing stop getting wet and gripping, and if this thing start getting small and slipping, then it's gonna be a wrap. It's gonna yo, it's not all cap. I'm telling you, yeah, that's the way that it is, yo. This is how I got kids, yo. When I was young, I was real fertile, myrtle. Yeah, didn't need a girdle. Everything was in place. Didn't have to hold nothing in. Yo, now it's a sin. The way I keep gaining this weight, keep coming on, shit is like that wrong. Yo, I had to put it in a song, but the song I don't like, I don't want y'all to give no more spins. And when I get myself together after this surgery, I know you're gonna love me like you used to be, and everything is gonna be all right. I know it will. Yo, I gotta do this thing. I take some pills, yo. The difference between the way that you look when you met him and the way that you look now. What do y'all know? What do you know? Are you all right? Y'all all right out there? You all right? Hey, yo, son, you all right? You good? You good? It don't help. It don't help that, many of y'all have to deal with, even though y'all ain't together, man, you be feeling some kind of way when your ex got they eyes on some old young John. Here you are, 45, 50, 55 years old, somebody that you was with maybe 5 years ago or whatever, and here they are with somebody half their age. Okay, there's a whole different story, set of circumstances, and different dynamic to that story, and we can look through it through the lens. We can look at it through the lenses that we want to look at it through, but that tells you something about the person, the older person that's dating the younger person, and the situation that created that. And it also tells you something about yourself, and that's probably where your whole concentration is. As much as you would probably want to look at that person like, well, of course they're going to be with a young John because they was always immature and they never wanted to grow up themselves. We might say that, or your insecurity might make you say, like, the one he with reminds me of me. That was me. And the reason we ain't together no more is because I can't be she. I can't be she. I can't be she. I can't be she. Now, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I'm gonna have to ask y'all, because y'all would probably know about this a little bit more than I do. But I'm gonna say this. It seems to me that men follow more of, no, I'm going to have to ask this question instead of state this answer or make this statement. Do y'all think that men determine what kind of body type that they like from a young age, and hold on to that ideal of that body type as they get older? Like, for the men, all right, for the men that y'all know who date young girls, for example, do the young girls that they date remind you of the young girls that they used to like when they were young themselves? I can't say. When my man died, the late great Steve Wilkes, when my man died, he died at 48 years old. He died at 48 years old, pancreatic cancer. He had a young wife. I think she was like 28. Word up. If she was 30, she was just touching 30. Like, Now, I didn't have a lot of contact with my man at the time. I didn't have a lot of contact with my man at the time. I didn't know his wife at all. They got married in he passed in 2017. I think they got married in like 2014. I didn't make the wedding. So I never met her. I didn't know her. I think he already knew of his condition when they got married. If not, really, really shortly after he knew. So anyway, make a long story short. I'm trying to think when I saw pictures of her and stuff like that. Was she like the girls that he used to see? He didn't have a specific type. He kind of he I, honestly, yeah, I can't say that he had a specific type. The ones that he got deeply involved with was sometimes different than the ones that he messed with on the side, and because he liked them a little ratchet, but he definitely liked them. He liked them, you know what I mean, little. He ain't never liked no big Johns. I never seen him with no big Johns, but he would definitely, take some with some meat in the right places. You know what I'm saying? So, um, it's hard for me to say. It's hard for me to say. I'm not really close to anybody that plays around in the sandbox. But for y'all who may know, let me know. Let me know. Let's get it popping. Urban Therapy with Sun 752, and this your daily, the daily go getism show. We do this every single day, every day it rains, every day it rains. And the DG will do the same. We break it down, baby. Every day it rains, and the DG will do the same. Every day it rains, and the DG will do the same. Every day it rains, and the DG will do the same. Every day it rains, and the DG will do the same. I'm your host, Sun 752, aka Omar, with the and if you can't say Omar with the well, then you just say Omar with the R. This is the Daily Go Getism Show. All up in your area. I'm feeling like a real man should, and I hope y'all feeling like real men and women should also. Tonight on the Daily Go Getism Show, we are talking about the difference between the way that you looked when you met them and the way that you look now. Today, brothers, today, sisters, are you good with the way you look? And if you're not, that's okay. Life is a journey. Life is a journey. And sometimes, a lot of times, we get caught up in trying to reach the ending. Not the ending of our lives, but the ending of our solutions. We be trying to get to the answers real quick. We try to make our lives easy, fast as hell. We try to get to that bag of solutions, that bag of answers. We try to get to the place where we don't have to learn anymore. You know we do. You know we do. We looking for answers right now. In some area of our lives right now, we are struggling to find the answers, to find the solutions. And for many of us, it is in our looks. Wondering if the person that we are with is comfortable with the way that we look now versus the way that we looked before. Some people are obsessed with it. They can't get past it. And they can't find any joy because of their obsession with it. Because they got a problem with it. I threw an organic beat up in the colon ring. And I tell you, man, when you put an organic beat in here, and I normally put the beat in here with the little green, the green the little green leaf that comes with it, and then the stem adds even more red. It's more like blood and more and some green, but it overpowers all that green. Y'all know the colon ring that I drank all the days before was straight green. You throw one organic beet in there, and that it overpowers everything and makes everything red. And it's funny because the regular beet, the non-organic beet, does not overpower as well. So what's going on, y'all? What you know? Oh, by the way, this is really good. This is very, very good. Tasty, tasty, tasty. Yummy. What do y'all know? You know, have you ever been in a position where you feared that somebody's attraction to you had wavered, dwindled, reduced because maybe you gained weight, maybe your titties don't sit up like they used to. That's male and female, by the way. Maybe your ass dropped a little bit. You ever seen? Listen, man. Women watch other women's bodies as much as men watch them. And I've seen women go from having that big, round, fat ass or the heart-shaped ass, and it goes to the spread. It went from back and forth to side. And honestly, some women I know that used to have a fatty, I don't know where it went. It went from a fatty to a flatty. I don't know, if they had if that's like a weight distribution and all of that. And I'm not even trying to diss. It is what it is. See, nature does what it wants to do. We be trying to get it to do what we want it to do. Nature does what it's supposed to do. That's what I should have said. Nature does what it's supposed to do. It does what it's programmed to do. And we try to get nature to do what we want it to do. And it fails miserably with us time after time. It fails miserably. It's designed for us to fail. Now, you can keep yourself up and put nature off or manipulate nature by eating well, getting good sleep, taking care of yourself, exercising. Things like that will keep you in a youthful physical state way longer. But you know how we always say that you look younger than your age? Guess what? Move closer to your speaker. There's no such thing. There's no such thing as looking younger than your age. Age is all perception. The way that you look for your age is all perception. That's why you look older to some people, or you look your exact age to people who are younger than you, and to people who are older than you may look younger, or people who are your same age, you may look younger. You look exactly whatever your age is. You look exactly whatever your age is. If we came to that conclusion, or if we came to grips with that notion, I think it would make our lives a lot easier. But no, we don't want to do that. We always talk about finding the fountain of youth. And some people find the fountain of youth through a scalpel and a vacuum. A scalpel, a vacuum, and some and a needle and thread. Now, when people say you look good for 40, or you look good for 50, or you look good for 60, or you look good for 70, let's take that 70-year-old thing. when people be like, look, she's 70 years old. Look how good she look. And I'd be like, or look how good he looks. And what do they be having those good for 70-year-olds, those so-called good for 70-year-olds looking like? For the men, to me, they be looking ridiculous. They normally have them dressed in what they have. Remember a few years ago, the zaddy that they had, the old head. He was supposed to be so sexy. Turns out he was gay. They had him in looking like, dressing like he was in his 20s or 30s or some shit like that. And I'm looking like, so that's supposed to be what looking good for 70 looks like? What? Why couldn't he just have clear skin? Why couldn't he just keep his keep himself well groomed? Why couldn't he just be in good health? And the same thing with the women. Oh, she's fabulous at 70 years old. And she got a face full of makeup, all this old weave and wig and all of this old. I'm like, oh man, stop that, man. Stop that bullshit. Stop it. It's an opinion. It's an opinion. But I'm like, our perception is what's messing the game up out here. That's what's got so many of us running to the surgeon, running to DR, running to Mexico, messing up our health. You know what I mean? Killing some of us, trying to look like something that we are not, instead of being accepting of what we are and what the people around us are. Nothing feels better than being accepted. That doesn't mean that you're seeking acceptance in a toxic way, but nothing feels better than somebody accepting you for what you are and appreciating you for what you are, who you are, what you bring to the table, what you're. All of this, all of these cougars and all of these old head chicks running behind here competing with these young girls. You know what I mean? You see them on TikTok and Instagram, they doing these challenges. And I'm like, man, you'll sit your twerking big ass. Man, get out of here. So what we got? We got the fat chicks either practicing bad health, reveling in their overweightness. Well, should I say reveling in being overweight? False confidence. Or we got the old heads talking about something, I don't know, 68 wear. Right there. Right there. What you mean 68 wear? I'm not trying to. Look. It's perception. It's perception. And ain't nobody really going to accept you until you accept you. And acceptance doesn't mean giving up. It doesn't mean that you stop trying. It means that you respect the process. Too many of us are failing to respect the process. T. Carey, right, morning, noon, and night. It's always great to have my peoples going directly into your site. My brother from another mother, Norris Hill, sit back, relax, do your thing, Max and chill. Mia Cunningham, thanks for coming through. God damn, thanks for coming on through. Appreciate you. Stacy White, thanks for coming out. I appreciate me some you. That's without a doubt. And Emily Dunlap was in the house. Wow, she about to turn it out. All right. In my mind, I've warmed y'all up enough. Y'all ain't talking though. Let me see if y'all talking. Nah, y'all ain't talking. 36, 24, 36. Oh, what a winning hand. She's a brick house. Emily says, so why people that was in school with me look like they was in school with my mom. Well, I'm sure that can't be everybody. Can't be everybody, but it happens. It happens. You know, through our lives, it's not just the age that can change our appearance. Age is definitely going to change your appearance, though. But if you have failed to take care of yourself, drinking, smoking, getting high, being involved in unhealthy relationships, being depressed and all of those things take a toll on your aging process. Not getting enough rest, all of these things that you don't really take into consideration will take consideration in you after a while. They will take your overall health into consideration after a while. Something you got to deal with. You understand what I'm saying? Something you got to deal with. Stacey White says, did they really like you? Did they really like you? 125, 125, 57. I don't know what that means. Have to gain 10 pounds. So, oh, you said, wait a minute. I have to gain 10 pounds. So I'm drinking Ensure and doing it the right way. Women really looking at you like that, but I don't care what they think. Well, what we're really talking about tonight, since it's Let's Get Real About Relationships Thursday, is the way that the one that you love, the love of your life, whether it's your spouse, your boyfriend, your girlfriend, your longtime lover, whatever it is, whoever you are hooked up with, how do they feel about the way that you look now versus the way that you looked before? Some of y'all still got it. That's what your man or your woman will say. You still got it. I got to fight every night to prove my love to you, just the same way I did it in 1992. And I'll do it again in 2032. If that's the way it is, and that's what I gotta do. Many of you grew up with parents and grandparents who were together for a long time. And you can see that they were still very, very much physically attracted to each other. Still physically attracted to each other. And that's a beautiful thing, because deep down inside, we all want that situation. We all want that situation. Nobody wants to play out to feel played out or old in the eyes of their partner. You know what I mean? We can do that through many different venues, though. Not just our looks. You can play out with your partner because you have undergone personality changes, an evolution of personality that may not jive so well with the person that you're with. That's going to bring doom to your relationship with a mature person faster than it would with a person that's just obsessed with the way that you look. And once again, that's just something that we got to deal with. Narcille says Stephanie Mills talked about how she didn't like Michael Jackson when they were dating. Oh, after doing the cosmetic surgery. Yeah. Man, see, I guess Michael Jackson was never with anybody long enough for us to even know how they would feel about him. Like, all of his relationships, to me, they all seem false. They all seem manufactured. They definitely seem Hollywood. As a young boy, he talking about he want to be with Diana Ross, And I always thought that was false. I always thought that was cat. And then he married Lisa Marie Presley. May she rest in peace. Then, he so-called had babies with the white lady, and those babies wasn't his, and they wasn't really together. Like, did, did Michael Jackson get married once or twice? Did he marry somebody else? I don't know. But you look at somebody like Stephanie Mills. Stephanie Mills definitely looks good. She still looks good. She looked like a little girl when she was a young girl, and she looks like she's still a good-looking woman now at her age. And Stephanie pushing 60. If she ain't there already. Stephanie Mills got to be 60 by now, right? How old is Stephanie Mills? I should know because she's like one of my favorite singers of all time. Like after Whitney, it's got to be Stephanie, but it might be Aretha. I'm not sure. How old is Stephanie Mills? She's 65. She's 65. Yeah. That's interesting. She's 65. Shoot. Did I realize that she was 65? Okay. Yeah, I guess that makes it about right. Because I'm thinking when I saw her in The Wiz, it was 1978, or was it 79? And I think she was 18. So that make her 12 years older than me. Whatever. 13 years older than me? Yeah. That makes her 13 years older than me. So maybe she was 19. Okay. Oh. Don't that time didn't fool you. It didn't fool you. You couldn't hear the audio. You couldn't hear the audio that time. But let's give it a check. Let's just do. My brother from another mother, Norris Hill, was saying that it sucks that we can't hear audio outside of my voice. But let's check on it on a regular basis to make sure that things was what they was before. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to play a song, and y'all let me know if y'all hear the music. I play song. Y'all let me know if y'all can hear the music. Oh man, Blog Talk is a stone cold bitch. All right, okay, let's go. Come on. Stacy says, "Sorry, I don't agree with that." What don't you agree with? Come on. All right. Let's see. Do y'all hear any music? There's music playing. Do y'all hear anything? That's bad, 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 bad. I think I know why. I think you can't hear the music because Evidently YouTube has inserted a filter in the microphone so you only hear my voice instead of, I think it's a way for them to call themselves improving the audio quality. So they only want one sound coming through the microphone. I don't know. I don't know how they could filter that, but I believe that it's a filter. I believe that it's a filter. But we ain't gonna get caught up in that. We ain't gonna get caught up in that. We ain't gonna get caught up in that. We're gonna have to get used to that change the way we get used to the changes in our appearance, the changes in our looks. You know, the changes, our body changes. So back to the questions that I've been asking y'all all night that none of y'all seem to want to answer. You know what I mean? Y'all answer about the audio, but when I ask y'all, do men who date young women date the same kind of young women that they dated when they were young themselves? Y'all want to answer that though, right? Y'all want to get into that? And I'm trying to ask y'all, have you ever been through a situation where you either gained weight or looked different than you were in a long-term relationship? And did it affect y'all? Did it affect the relationship that you had? Was it a concern for you? Were you ever linked up with somebody that you knew would have a roving eye if you didn't look the same as you did before? Because some men have unrealistic expectations of what a woman is supposed to look like or how she's supposed to keep herself up over time. I've heard men with very unrealistic expectations. I've heard some men straight up and straight up and down tell their women, hey, listen, if you get fat, I'm leaving you. And they said it like they was playing. They wasn't playing. Do I think it's right? No. I don't think that that's right. I also don't think that is right for a person to make far-reaching changes to their appearance while they are deeply entrenched in a relationship without consulting their partner about it. For example, if you was a big joint when your man met you and you know he likes that weight, and you just decide to get weight loss surgery because you want to be skinny, or because you're doing it for your health, which should be okay if that's the truth, I think that you at least owe him a conversation. The same way I think that you would owe him a conversation if you decided, like if you had really like long flowing hair and you know your man likes that and you decided to just chop your shit all the way off, but you ain't say nothing to him about it. Like you just did it. Like, look, babe, how do I look? And you know damn well he like, the hell you done to your hair? Oh, I cut it off, but it'll grow back. But don't you like it? And then you want to look at him sideways when he like, no, I don't like it. I don't like that shit. You crazy. Why you ain't tell me you was going to do that? And the reason that you didn't tell him that you were going to do it is because you know he wasn't going to approve it. So you pulled the independent power move. It's your hair, it's your body. You can do whatever you want to with it. But when you're linked up with somebody romantically and seriously, then you have to take their opinions and their desires into consideration too. You should. You should. No, it says I had these 5 kids and you want to leave me? Surely, sure, the world's most precious and greatest pearl in the world. Surely, sure, the world's most precious and greatest pearl in the world. What's going on, Ma? How you feel? How you feeling? Good to see me some you. Thanks for coming on through. You know what time it is, and you know how we do. But yeah, when we talk about the difference in the way that you look now, I mean the way that you look when you met him and the way that you look now, you may have voluntarily did things to yourself that could have caused that could cause your spouse, your love, not to be as attracted to you as they were before. And something else that we have to take into consideration, like even if your lover accepts whatever you do to yourself or do with yourself, the question of stability starts to come into play. Mental stability, emotional stability. And let me explain to you what I mean by when a person is constantly and voluntarily changing themselves. I don't want to say evolving because evolution has nothing to do with what you want or what your efforts are. Evolution is what it is. It's change involuntarily and naturally in the way that it's supposed to go. But when you are voluntarily making different changes in your appearance and the way that you do things and the things that you say that you want and stuff like that, it can give the person that you're dealing with a feeling that you are unstable. You are emotionally unstable. You are mentally unstable. You are not comfortable in your own skin, which can make them lose confidence and trust in you because they figure if you're looking for something different than what you have, you may be looking for something different about them also. You may be looking for something different than them in addition to whatever it is that you're searching for out there. And it can make a person nervous. You know, you 50, 55 years old and you've been married for, let's say, I don't know, 10 years. Let's say 20 years, 15 years. Let's say 15 years. So y'all been married since y'all was 40. And now like you maybe you always dressed nice, you always looked well, whether you wore a dress, a skirt, jeans, sweats, whatever. You had a nice body and you always knew how to make yourself look alluring, sexy, desirable, but in a classy way. And now all of a sudden, you out there showing everything and displaying everything and basically looking like you're chasing a youth that you didn't even practice in your own youth. Well, how is your man supposed to feel about that? Or if it's your man, if it's a man, how is your woman supposed to feel about that? Because you're obviously trying to attract somebody else other than who you're with, because who you're with was already attracted to what you were. They're not going to be attracted to all of these changes that you're making. And don't try to kick it like you just changing for change's sake. No, you're not. No, you're not. No, you're not. And people can see through that. So you can make the person that you're with uncomfortable by making them think that you're unstable. Your instability can make them uncomfortable because they can be made to feel like you are looking for something besides what they are, who they are, what they are providing. And you probably wouldn't like it if they did that to you. But you know how it is when we get set in our ways and we get all selfish. We can't see the forest for the trees in our development. Can't see it. We worried about who we are, what we're doing, and what's supposed to make us happy. And sometimes we can get downright selfish in that area. But if you got any sense, you want the person that you are with to still love you and still desire you and to accept you no matter what happens. So I'm going, in short, I'm going to say this. Men, you can expect your woman not to be as tight as she was when you met her 20 or 30 years ago. Or even if you didn't know her 20 or 30 years ago, you may have seen pictures of her 20 or 30 years ago. Well, you're getting the grown version of that. You're getting the evolutionary part of that. Listen, if she was a bad bitch back then, the bad bitch is still within her. It's in her veins. It's in her spirit. It's in her love. It's in her dedication. It's all up in her personality. And I mean a real bad bitch. I'm not talking about that shit that they be talking about on social media and all that, all of the unnecessary. When I say that a bitch is bad, I'm talking about has her shit together. Physically, mentally, emotionally. You know, like she knows who she is, what she is, and she's good with that. She's working with that. That's bad. Not that manufactured crazy looking shit. Look like somebody just emptied a box of Crayolas and a bunch of powder and with some lotion and said, "Get busy." Oh, I'm in some hair grease with a brush. That's what I'm talking about. Okay. Okay. All right. Y'all ain't had but that's okay. That's okay. We're about to do these birthday shout outs. Oh, hold on. I didn't finish that last thought. And as men, we always expect women to accept however we get older and however we develop. Men gain weight. Men, aren't as muscular or sometimes aren't as handsome in the same ways as they used to be before. Men have really bad health problems, and you know uh, our appearances change too, and a lot of men don't do what's necessary in order to keep themselves up or whatever it takes to keep themselves happy. I mean, healthy. It ain't all on the woman. So I hope by listening to this show, y'all didn't think that I was talking about the changes are just on the woman's side, not the men's side. No, it works both ways. No, it says physically and mentally sexy. Yes, Lord. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. All right, we have some birthday shout outs to do. Some people were born on this glorious February 20th, and they deserve to be acknowledged. So let's go about our business of acknowledging them and making them feel special because they are special because they are special because they are SPECIAL. They get the RESPECT. They are SPECIAL. They get the RESPECT. They are SPECIAL. They get the RESPECT. They get number one out the box, Jacinta Marie Penny. Happy birthday to you. And also, L. Ray Scott turning 48 years old today. And Linda Guzman Thomas turning 30 years old today. And Jay Burnett, happy birthday to you. And my man going all the way back to like the 1991, Dave Roberson, happy birthday to you, my brother. And Aaron Sutton turning 38 years old today. And Victoria Guy Pereira turning 51 years old today. And my auntie be wildin'. Remember, it was her birthday yesterday, and she said she was like 25 years old. Well, her birthday is again today. I don't know. I don't know. I don't. I got two aunties on the same side, mama's side. They both got two birthdays. I don't understand how that works. It's not like their birthday is like February 29th. But happy birthday to you too, again, Auntie. I want to say happy birthday to all of y'all and anyone else out there who shares this birthday on this glorious February 23rd. Anywhere out there in the world, I hope that today finds you all in good health, happiness, mind, body, soul, and spirit. All of y'all go ahead and turn up. But don't turn up too loud. Just turn up loud enough so everybody can hear you. I rock out, rock on and do the damn, the rock out, rock on and do the damn, rock out, rock on and do the damn thing. You do your thing, y'all. Represent the queens and kings. You do your thing, y'all. Represent the queens and kings. Good things happen to those who wait. Great things happen to those who grind. And anything can happen to those who go for theirs. So go hard, go for yours. And remember, man, listen, yo, check it out. Man, listen, yo, check it out. Listen, man, listen, yo, check it out. Listen, man, yo, check it out. The way that you look is important, but it's not the most important thing about you that people are going to like. And if it is, then you're in the wrong area. You're in the wrong place, wrong space. And I think you should find somewhere else to go. If somebody only likes you for your looks and they can't accept the way that you look right now, hey, yo, you got to make the change. Don't be a stranger to making some changes of your own. You got to find the happiest place of your world. And that's the zone that you want to be in from this time going forth. Be your best. And I think everything is going to be all right. I think and I do guess. All right, y'all. Peace to all my day ones, my everydays, and my brand news. I love y'all to death. Resuscitate y'all and love y'all right back to life. We will be back tomorrow with another daily go-get-amism show. So make sure y'all come on through 7 o'clock tomorrow. So for my blog talk, get you out of here. Yeah. Please make sure that y'all hit that like button. Please make sure that y'all share the show. Make sure that y'all subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed to the channel so far. And for my YouTubers, you know just how we do, but thanks for coming on through. See you on the other side, my boobers. Peace.